And I will get a large version of this image, something really simple. Control click, copy image, and actually I'm going to toggle over to Photoshop and simply paste, Command V. And then I'm going to get another image here of a man walking with an umbrella. And I'm going to mask them together. I'll do something simple to start with, so it won't take very long. And I'm going to use the silhouette type image, copy image. And I'm going to flip back over to Photoshop, and again I'm going to paste. And when I paste my second image, it creates its own layer on this thing called Artboard 1. And in Photoshop now, this latest version, you can have multiple artboards. But I'm just going to be working on this one image as if that's not really that important to me tonight, which it is not. Okay. Everyone good? All right. So I'll go ahead and save this. And I'm going to call this one masking underscore 01. Bless you. I'll give you a moment to get two files. I know a lot of people like to work along at the same time. Other people are writing notes. I'm going to use my move tool, my V, the letter V tool, and I'm going to move my man with the umbrella up so that he's standing on the edge of the water here. Like that. I'm going to resize this layer, layer 2. By going Command T, that opens up the layer control, this transform control for that layer. And I'm clicking and dragging, holding the Shift key as I resize the umbrella man layer and pressing the return key to set. And actually, there's more than one way to create a layer mask. There's several different ways. And the way that I'm going to show you now is the most simple way, okay? So I have two layers, and I want to make them look like they're one image, and I want to do it in a non-destructive way where I'm not really cutting anything or removing any pixels. All pixels are safe. No pixels will be harmed in this demonstration. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and add this thingy down here. It looks like a rectangle with a circle inside. And when I have my layer 2 selected and I click on this, this adds a layer mask. That's what it looks like. It's got this link and a white rectangle, which currently means there's nothing on the mask. It's as if there's no mask on yet. The mask is available. This magical masking material is available, but I haven't applied anything to it yet to make it be really a mask yet. And this would be the show all method. There's two types of masking. One is called the show all method, and the other is the hide all method. This is the show all method, okay? Don't worry about the other method right now. Just be with me on show all, okay? So now I'm going to use a brush. I need to get my tools available to me. And they have gone away. Show my tools. Where did you go, tools?
They're under the layers.
I don't want them to be there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here are my tools. I'm going to take a paintbrush of black. So here we go. I'm going to begin the masking process. Switching from my pencil to my brush, and from my brush here from 250, hardness 0, that's probably good to start with, and I have black. So what I'm doing is I'm painting, please look carefully up on my screen here. I've clicked on this white thingy, the blank mask, and you'll notice that up here it says Layer Mask 8, because this is an 8-byte element that's attached to my image, if I click on the image side of this masked image, you can see that it says RGB. So it's telling me that it's an RGB image, and when I click on the mask, that it's being masked by an 8-bit image. So I know I'm on the mask when this word says mask. I want to make sure I'm on the mask now, because if I'm painting with a black paintbrush, I don't want to be painting some oddball spots onto this artwork. If this artwork was color and I was painting on it, that could be also a bad thing. So again, just to make it crystal clear, what am I painting on? I'm painting on the mask itself. And I'm painting on it with black, and that's making at 53%, a semi-transparent spot over here on my mask. Do you see that bump, that little bump there? That's something being masked. And in fact, I'm going to go to my panel options, and I'm going to change the size of my thumbnails to a large size so that you can see, in fact, that there is a little black circle there. Now I'm going to change this again. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go 53%. Now it's at 100%. But again, the edge of my masking, where I'm masking, is semi-transparent. So you can see the clouds underneath, which is kind of groovy, right? And what I'm masking now is very soft around the edges. If you look on the mask layer, you'll see what has been painted on the mask layer to create an effect of a man who's really not walking on the edge of the ocean, but is on the sidewalk. But is he on the sidewalk, or is he at the edge of the ocean? So it creates this rather unclear, hesitant edge. If I press the letter X, that puts white on my paintbrush, and I'm painting on the mask layer. If I lower the opacity of the brush here, back down to something in the 50 range, here I can get the chairs in again, and the stairs. I also get that it's from Fine Art America, and I probably shouldn't steal these people's artwork and tell anybody that it's mine. But for educational purposes, I am showing you how to blend these images together using a brush of black and or white on the mask layer to selectively hide and show portions of a photo in black and white on top of a color image. If I decrease the brush size, I can get a little bit more detailed here, and even zoom in with the zoom tool. I'll click on the umbrella edge and click up to zoom up on the umbrella. Now, again, if you're looking on screen, hang in there. I know this is a lot of information, but I'm going to go to the polygon lasso tool with a feather of none. And what part of this work am I on? I'm still on the mask layer. If I create a selection against the edge of the umbrella, okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing so you can just see here. I'm going to come around to close that selection, and I fill that with black, which is on my foreground chip. Option delete, and then deselect, Command D. You can see now I have a really sharp edge, and my mask is displaying that. If I can use a brush, I can also use a selection. If I can use a brush here, I can also use a selection. So essentially, I'm making a custom window on the mask side of this picture that's attached to this picture that allows me to have hard edges or soft edges of where I want this to blend into the image below. Zooming out again. Okay, so now I could switch to the brush tool and just kind of clean that up over there. Let's make sure nothing is selected. So layer masks are flexible. I can have hard or soft edges. I can use a selection to, as if I was cutting, but instead of cutting, I didn't really cut the background. I cut via the idea of filling on a mask, which is like a window or a stencil. That, if you've ever done silk screen, it's sort of like making the screen in place as you go. So I'm creating a selected area and filling it on the mask layer, Option delete with black. And now the edge of my umbrella is more distinct. Again, I'll go to the brush tool, and I'm still painting with black. Right now it's at 52%. I'll increase the size of the brush, and I'll soften this edge. If you were to see the mask by itself now, okay, I open this clicking on the mask side. I'm going to go under the menu called Channels, which is right back here. This is the Channels palette. And I do need to talk more about channels this evening to make it clear to you what masks and Photoshop channels do. But if we were just looking at just the mask, here, that's what it looks like. This is just what I've painted on the mask side of the image. So where it's fuzzy, it's showing me semi-transparent amount of the image underneath, which is the sky. And where it's a hard edge black, it's showing me 100%. So where it's white, it's showing me what's on top. Nothing in the sky image is showing where the mask is white. Okay, so there it is again. There's my image intact, showing you both layers at the same time. And again, before I start painting on the mask, I would want to make sure that I'm selecting the mask. I do want these to stay linked, so ignore the part that I unlinked this. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I am going to continue, however, to paint on the mask layer. And again, if I zoom in, maybe I want this edge to be a little less harsh. Go with the paintbrush, lower the opacity here. And zoom out, Command minus. All right, so that's what a mask does. It makes it easy for you, or it creates a way for you to more creatively and more selectively have control over the way you blend images together. Masking. All right, so I'm going to save this first file out and give you a moment, and then I'll show you another way to mask and add more complexity to this. So I'm going to just stop this recording.